For me, I genuinely believe, wallahi, even a murderer, if he's a genuine Muslim, I believe deep down in the depths of his heart, there is a beautiful soul waiting to come out. That's just me. I don't believe that anyone is completely wicked. Yes, we're partially wicked. You know, there's problems in the person's life, yes. But if you're going to try and convince me that any person, wallahi, even a non-Muslim, that is completely wicked, I don't believe it. There's always some khair in there. There's always some khair. But we've become lost. We no longer know. We no longer know how to value things. I'll give you an example. How many of us, we've been given everything by Allah. We live in beautiful homes. Maybe you don't think it's a beautiful home, but go outside and see what's happening around the world. Maybe then you'll appreciate the home that you live in. You've been given everything. We're still ungrateful. We're still unappreciative. You know what I find amazing? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks, "O my slave, establish your prayer. I want you to pray 5 times a day for me." How many of us don't pray? And I'm sure you have a beautiful reason. How many of us don't pray? Amazing numbers. Amazing numbers of people who don't pray. And look, by no means, it's not my job to judge anyone. Again, don't think I'm here to push and you know, sit here and judge anyone. I'm the filthiest person in this room, and wallah al-azim, I'm not being humble in any way, shape or form. I know my sins and I know my past. But I look at Muslims, I tell them, "Akhi, do you pray?" "Nah, man, look, I know I'm supposed to be praying, but I'm busy, man." Really? My sister and my brother, you're so busy, you don't have 20 minutes in your day to pray your 5 prayers? Do you know how bad and severe it is to miss one salah? Does anyone here know? How bad it is. You know, today you and I think that, look, alhamdulillah, he's a beautiful guy, he just doesn't pray. You know, religiously, he's the filthiest of people. But today we don't think through the logic of deen. We think through the logic of people. No, alhamdulillah, she's the best person in the world. Lovely soul, very polite, very caring. Everything about her is 100%. It just happens to be, she just has a little problem, she doesn't pray. You know, with Allah, the one that doesn't pray, you know what, let me cut straight to the chase. Let me ask you something. Do you think murder is a bad thing? It's not a trick question. Murder, is it a bad thing? Yeah. Let's bump it up. What about rape? You think rape is an evil thing? What about being a pedophile? You think that's awful? I think that's the most disgusting thing in the world. All major sins. All major sins. What about drinking alcohol? Filthy, yeah? What about drugs? Filthy, yeah? Wallahi, my brothers and my sisters, please listen attentively. You could be the biggest murderer in the world. You could be the filthiest rapist in the world. You could be someone who the bottle of alcohol never leaves his hand. You could commit the filthiest of sins. You could do the most extreme and the most bizarre of things. And by no means am I promoting you to do any of them. But you could be the absolute filthiest of things. You could do all of this. All of these sins. All of these sins put together are easier. They are lighter in the eyes of Allah than for any one of you to miss one salah. Did you know that? For you to miss one salah is worse in the eyes of Allah than any one of you commit all those sins put together. Some brothers are looking at me, man, what the crack are you on about, bro? Because our understanding's been lost. Your understanding's been lost. This is the haqq of Allah. yeah, look, I'm a great guy. I just don't pray, brother. What are you talking about? Do you know what it means to not pray? Do you know what that means? I see young guys getting married. Sisters, how could you possibly accept a man that doesn't pray? Don't come to me years later crying, telling me he's cheating on you. If this man has the audacity to turn his back on Allah, then what hope do you have? Or did you get caught up with the BMW that came into the driveway? Seriously, my brothers and my sisters, I'm speaking to you seriously. To not pray. And I ask you why, sincerely, please tell me, why is it that you don't pray? Please, just tell me something. Did Allah ever once let you down? Has Allah... I don't have time to pray. What do you have time for, my brother, my sister? It's amazing. How can you? Ya Allah, you gave me so much. What's he asking for? 5 prayers? Is this so hard? Is this so difficult for you? I'm not asking you to become a sheikh. I'm not asking you to wear a turban. I'm not asking you to do... No, I'm just asking you to pray. How does Allah feel when the time for salah enters? And yes, I know you're not saying it on your tongue. You're saying it through actions. Ya Allah, I'm busy. Allah says the heart finds rest. Allah didn't say happiness. You know why? Because if Allah said happiness, I'll be the first to stand up and say, you know, if Allah said happiness, I would argue that. Because people try to tell me that money doesn't bring happiness. Psh, give me £1 million, I'll put a smile on your face like you've never seen before. Let's be real, man. People tell me girls don't bring happiness. Come on, man. I don't know where you're going now, bro, but you should come to Sydney. I'll take you to the right places. People try to tell me that drugs don't bring happiness. I don't know what you're smoking, but it's obviously not good enough. Yeah, they bring happiness, but they don't bring peace to your heart, man. Look, you're sitting here now, listening about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for what, half an hour? You didn't take a drug, you didn't pay a single dollar, you didn't have to stand in front of a single camera. But I am sure, with no doubt in my mind, that there's a feeling in your heart right now, you feel like, wallahi, if I died right now, I'll be the happiest person in the world. Half an hour! Half an hour! Imagine you spent a day like this. Imagine you spent a week like this.